Seagull. The seagull is a water bird whose genus includes about 43 species. It spreads along the shores of all continents, from the icy shores of America to the tropics. General description. The length of the bird ranges between 20 to 76 centimeters. Its body is stocky, and it has 2 broad wings with pointed ends. Their length may reach more than 1.5 meters in some large species. Its beak is strong, pointed, and hooked in the shape of a spur, and the 3 toes of one leg are fused with a solid membrane. In some species, the tail appears square when folded and rounded during flight, and is rarely forked or wedge-shaped. The female is usually smaller than the male, and the 2 sexes are similar in color. The bird's body and tail are often white, while the back and wings are gray or light black. The ends of the wings are generally black, interspersed with white decorations of varying shapes that help distinguish the species. The bill is red, yellow, or black, with a patch of a different color near the end, and the head is either white or covered with a black hood, clearly visible during breeding. The legs are yellow, dark green, red, or black, and seagull colors vary according to age and seasons of the year. They are brown to gray in young gulls, but may turn white the following year. As for the tail, you often see a black band at the end, and it takes most species 3-4 years to acquire permanent feathers. Behavioral. The seagull flies quietly with synchronized wing beats capable of continuous flight. It can also swim, but it does not dive deep. It cannot walk or run, except for some species. It is one of the birds that tend to congregate, and it makes special, familiar sounds that are clearly heard near seashores or bodies of water. Others are large, wide lakes and rivers. The food. Seagulls eat different types of animals and plants. They hunt fish, mollusks, crustaceans, and other small marine invertebrates. They are scavengers that feed on organic beach garbage and rotting meat. They also follow ships to feed on their food waste, and farmers in fields adjacent to bodies of water to feed on worms and insects that appear during agriculture. They also feed on grains, and some of them may drop the shells on solid rocky surfaces to break them and extract their content. To feed on it, it steals the eggs of other birds if it finds them as well. The dwelling. Seagulls build their nests in the form of anxious colonies on rocky coastal islands, on isolated islands, or in grassy marshes. The nest usually consists of a solid structure of straw sticks, seaweed, and feathers, and is often built on the soil or left floating. Reproduction. Seagull eggs are green, brown, or yellowish tan in color with 2-3 black spots. The female incubates the eggs for at least 2 days, and the male helps her in the incubation process, which lasts 20-30 days. The parents take care of the chicks when they hatch, and the chicks are distinguished by their ability to walk after they hatch, but they remain near the nest for at least a month until they are able to fly. The parents usually feed them, but their mortality rate is high. Seagulls live a long time, up to 28 years. Category. The seagull belongs to the family Laridae and has multiple species, the most important of which are 1. The black-headed gull. Its head is black and its legs are scarlet. It breeds in Eurasia and Iceland. It spends the winter further south in India and the Philippines, feeding mostly on insects in the fields. 2. Bonaparte's gull. It lives in North America. Its head is black, its feathers are gray, and its legs are pink or red. It builds its nests on trees, hovers around inland ponds to hunt aquatic insects, and in winter, it heads to the seas to hunt fish. 3. The laughing gull. It is a medium-sized gull with a black head, a red beak, and red legs as well. It makes loud, sharp sounds, similar to laughter. It is found on the eastern shores of North and South America. It spends the winter in southern Brazil. It also spreads in freshwater areas within the American continent. It is the only gull that breeds in the Caribbean and the North Atlantic. 4. The black-backed gull, which is the largest gull, with a wingspan of about 160 centimeters, lives in the polar region. 5. The little gull. It is sometimes seen in Europe and North America. It has a black head, and its wingspan is about 60 centimeters. It is considered the smallest gull.